You know what I did yesterday?
What'd you do
I was
yesterday?
trying to meal prep. I bought
Yeah.
a bunch of meal prep containers.
I saw one of them in the sink.
Yeah. I made breakfast and lunch.
Uh-huh.
So I made like tuna, eggs, and salad for breakfast, and lunch I made steak and rice and like veggies.
Uh-huh.
But the thing is that I tried to cook my chicken, and it just smelled nasty, so then I just threw it out. So then I didn't have enough to cook like the full 5 meals or whatever. So then I just have like a meal for like 2 days.
Damn.
But later on, I think I'm gonna go grocery shopping, buy some stuff for later.
What do you plan to meal prep?
Why or when?
What?
Just chicken and steak.
Chicken and steak?
Just chicken and steak, rice, and like I have like a big bag of frozen veggies. I'm just kind of dumping there. It's for
Oh.
like stir fry. It's pretty good. And then for breakfast, just eggs, tuna.
Wait, you meal prep the breakfast too?
I did only breakfast because I threw out the chicken. So then I was like, I have all these containers that are empty. Might as well cook something. But usually I probably wouldn't do breakfast.
Yeah.
But what were you gonna say?
I usually just meal prep like a lunch or dinner. Like breakfast is usually pretty quick.
Yeah. So I'm probably gonna do that. But the main reason I'm doing it is because I'm so busy in my schedule. And I feel like it'll be just easier to just grab a lunch and then
You'll save money. You'll save a lot of money.
that's the plan, man. Cause my brother was telling me that he looked into like those food services like Blue Apron, where
They meal prep for you, right?
yeah, and I was like, oh, I could just do that.
It's
Like
pretty
I don't really-
expensive though.
Yeah, exactly. It's like $9 per meal or something.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I could just do that. Cook like a whole batch of rice, whole batch of chicken, and then I did that yesterday. And you saw the dishes in the sink.
Yeah.
I have a shit ton of dishes because
I
I
see.
washed all the dishes, cooked, and then I had like a bunch of dishes. So I was just tired. And then this morning I did laundry, and I washed like the mat that I put my dishes on, so I couldn't wash the dishes, and then I ran out of time. But yeah, it's the struggle of being a young adult.
Yo, you know what's crazy, man? Like, even on our days off now, right?
Mhm.
You know, since we got bills to pay and shit to do, even on our days off, like, there's still things you got to do. You know, it's never really like a day where you could just kind of,
Until you're financially independent,
yeah.
until you have passive income. But I
word.
mean, like if you look at our parents, they never stop. They
Yeah,
never.
they don't ever stop.
Yeah, like my mom will come from work and clean. She'll work from like 10 to 8 p.m.
And you know what's crazy? They don't complain.
They don't complain.
They
And
don't
then
complain.
they have a good time and they're happy, man. I don't know how they do
How
it.
did they do it, right?
I think we're just spoiled.
Yeah,
Because
no, definitely.
they probably started working at a young age, so they never had like
Yeah.
like hobbies. They never had like things to enjoy.
No video games when they were kids.
Exactly.
No video games. Probably, well, TV, but like,
Yeah. Well, I'm hoping that we get like we are able to work like them,
yeah,
but alongside be able to enjoy what we do. Because I feel like
the work-life balance.
like
right?
they learn to enjoy what they do, but I don't know if they really do. You know what I mean? Like they probably don't do other stuff because they don't know what to do.
Mm-hmm.
Like if they, like that's the issue. I think with a lot of people, once they retire, they kind of go crazy because they're not using their brain and they just kind of sit around and watch TV. But man, I love video games. I can't stop. I'm
It's a
addicted.
good hobby.
It's a fun hobby.
Yeah, it is. It's
I
a good pastime.
I've been trying to get into hobbies that are like good,
Mm-hmm.
not just video games. So I've been trying to edit, and it's
But
hard.
I feel like even editing though, right? Editing is one of those hobbies where it's like it could be equivalent to gaming because realistically, you're probably sitting in a computer chair
Yeah.
hours at a time, staring at a screen.
But the thing about video games that I always kind of hated is that it's just a waste of time. Unless
Yeah.
you're like becoming a
content,
YouTuber,
yeah,
making
exactly.
content. It's
Same.
just you just applying a bunch of
You're putting a lot of time
you're
and
putting
there's
a
no
lot-
return value.
exactly like you get the reason a lot of people like it is because they get satisfied by the awards and the achievements they get, but it's all fake, right?
Yeah,
You don't really get anything.
exactly.
It's just a money hole, but it's fun. Now I only play with my friends most of the time. Like I don't really play
It's
by myself.
considered like a hangout, right?
Yeah, exactly. Like I don't really hang
Mhm.
out with them that much.
Word.
But I do try to, play with them because it's like, I haven't talked to you for a while. Like I don't care what we play, let's just play together.
Yeah.
Um,
Same here. Like, I
it's-
just stopped playing video games because same thing. You know, I felt like I was putting too much time into it,
hmm
and I'm only getting older, so I was like, we gotta.
I also do like playing like really good story games because I feel like it is a video game, it is a waste of time, but it's like watching a movie. Like you're
Yeah.
there for the story, you're not there because you're bored and stuff.
Uh-huh.
I guess. Like Red Dead or something. Dude, I've been wanting to play that game again. Have you played it?
I've never.
Bro, the story's so
I remember the last time we were talking about it at work.
Yeah, did we?
Yeah, we were, and
I
Alex
remember.
was like, "Hey, you two."
Oh yeah, we talked about a lot of shit. But Red Dead was one of my favorite games as a kid. Man, I love that game. Like the original Red Dead. Not the original. The original one's Red Dead Revolver. Then it was Red Dead Redemption, and now it's Red Dead Redemption 2. Really good, man.
I like GTA better.
GTA is fun. I think the story's good, but when the online came out, it was fun, but I just kind of like it was too grindy, you know?
Yeah, it is.
It was too much
to make money.
especially like after. Like if you try to jump in it late,
Yeah.
there's no way you're gonna be able to catch up with everybody else.
No.
Like if you play Call of Duty,
Unless
you
you
play other
use
games.
mods.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't got PC, man.
Nah, that's the thing though. So like on PC, right? There's like chances of you finding a modder, you joining a public server are like 80%, 90%.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of them are pretty nice. And like if you ask them for money, they'll just like spawn themselves next to you. Like
Like you get
teleport-
banned.
You won't get banned, but
They'll
like
get
they can
banned?
get banned.
Does Rockstar take your money away?
No, it depends if they catch on.
Cause
They will. What they'll do is they'll take away all your items
Mhm.
and they'll leave the money.
when I build my PC, the first game I'm gonna buy is probably GTA, just to download a bunch of mods.
GTA 5 or 6.
5.
Well,
There's
6
no
is
6, bro.
It's in the works, man.
You think so?
Hell
I think
yeah,
it's
I
in the
think-
works, but I don't think it's gonna come out soon.
Yeah,
I
probably
think-
not.
I think another title is gonna come out, like I don't know, like Bully or something.
So, but you know why they haven't made 6 yet? Like I think 5 came out in 2012 or 2013, right? That's like 7 years ago, 7 8 years ago. And
2013, right?
yeah, it's like around that time when GTA 5 came out.
And then the one before that was
4.
2000,
I don't know.
2008, I think. It was GTA Liberty City. Whoops. But I play a lot of Liberty City also.
Yeah,
But I feel like don't they have like a 7-8 year window? So
I think 5. The window between 5 and 6 has been the biggest so far because
7 years so far.
I don't even know. But
2013, 2020.
yeah, it's about that. But they said they haven't been, putting too much effort into it because the online community for 5 is like it's booming.
Yeah, that's the thing I didn't like because if you, mostly for me, like when I played Red Dead Redemption,
Mm-hmm.
one of the best parts was the DLC. There was a whole Undead Nightmare DLC where it's like a whole story, like it's a full game with zombies.
Huh.
And when GTA 5 came out, I wanted more like single player DLC because I
You don't like playing online?
I did like playing online, but I have to play with my friends or I have to play in a solo lobby
Yeah,
because I hate playing with
just assholes, right?
yeah, they just run around killing everybody, which I don't mind. But then at the point it reached the point where they just had like crazy weapons and you couldn't really do anything.
Yeah.
Like they'll be outside your garage just freaking shooting down, and as soon as you come out, you're dead.
They have this thing right now. It's literally like a laser beam or some shit. I forgot what it's called, but you have to own a
The
weapons
bunker. Yeah.
And I think it costs like $500,000 to shoot it every single time.
Yeah, that's so stupid. And if you don't know, like $500,000 is like $50 in real money, cause to get the shark
Yeah,
shark
the shark
card
cards.
to get $1 million, I think it's $100.
Yeah, something like that.
No, 10
Nah,
million.
you get like 10
10
million,
million
yeah.
for $100. So $500,000 is probably, what's the math on that?
I don't even know.
Like $5.
Something like that.
If $10 gives you $1 million and $100 gives you 10 million,
You know how I got rich in that game?
it's not a lot of money though. How?
Because
Because you modded.
No, I didn't mod. But back then, right? There's it's still a heist, right? It's the Pacific Standard heist, which
Mhm.
at the time,
Oh, you kept repeating it?
yeah.
That's
But
a fun
I'm
one.
gonna tell you how, right? So there's like setups, right?
Mhm.
The setups is like 4 setups, and then the finale is where you get the big money.
Mm-hmm.
So what we would do is, I would get to the finale, and my friend would get to the finale, both of us, right? And like at the end of the finale, you're on a boat and you're like crossing, right? And that's how you cross this bridge, and then that's when you finish and you get the money, right? So whenever we would get there, what we would do is whoever is hosting it, we would unplug our
PS4?
PCs. Yeah, our Ethernet cable.
Wouldn't that damage? Oh, the Ethernet cable.
Yeah. So it wouldn't damage it, but like
Yeah,
it would just
just
disconnect it.
disconnection.
Yeah, exactly. So what ended up happening is that I would give myself no money at all, right? Since I'm hosting, I
Yeah.
would give myself no money.
But
I would,
everyone else gets it?
yeah, I would give whoever else had the finale 50%, and the other two people 25, right? And that finale, we would do it on a hard mode. Maximum you can get is 1.25 mil, which is
Yeah.
$1.25 million.
If you don't lose any money.
Yep, if you don't lose any money.
Freaking nerd.
But we wouldn't lose a lot of money because back then there was a
Yeah.
glitch where you could go into a garage and get a car when we always had an armored car. So
Oh
we
yeah,
just, the Kuruma.
yeah, that
So-
car was OP
So
when it
yeah,
came out.
it would take like 20 minutes, 30 minutes to do
Mhm.
it, the finale every time.
You didn't have to step out of the car; you just shoot
No,
from it.
yep, exactly. So it would take. We were getting about half of 600K every half an hour,
Mm-hmm.
and then like so I would we disconnect it. I would still have the finale. They would get the money, and then now it was my friend's turn to host, and then I would be getting money, and the other two friends would be getting money, and we
kinda
would keep
tight,
doing
dude.
that. And we did that. We did that like one whole summer, and
Yeah, you became rich.
yep,
That's not cheating.
it's not
technically.
cheating. It's not. It's just a loophole.
I played on PS4. I made like $1 trillion because some
A
guy,
trillion,
dude, it was so much zeros. Because a guy just
and you didn't get banned.
no. What
Trillion,
happened
you were
was
just set for life in that game.
yeah, dude. I
You
was
buy everything.
it
The
was
most
like-
expensive of everything.
It was like a month after GTA Online came out.
Yeah.
So there was barely anything, right?
Uh-huh.
There was like 10 supercars. The highest thing you get is like a tank, I think. And then a guy, I was playing with my friends online, like me and my two friends, and a guy came and dropped like the when you could drop money and it shows like a little like money symbol there.
Yeah.
And we picked it up and it was like $1 trillion. And we were so rich, dude. For like a month, we were rich and we bought everything. That we were bored because
You still just mad rich.
yeah, but the thing is that when it was early on in the when it just came out, you couldn't do that much. You could only
Yeah.
have one house, one garage.
Oh really? They
Yeah.
limited you like that?
Yeah, well, they didn't come out with it until later.
Mm-hmm.
There was only like 10 cars. So we bought everything, maxed everything out. And another thing is that I wasn't high level enough to get like the tank and the crazy planes and shit. And then like I think over the summer or something, they did a whole like system wide ban and took everybody's money. They got given money because they knew
So
that
you guys
people
got banned?
No, we didn't get banned. The
Oh,
people
you-
that gave money got banned, and then we got our money taken away, and they left us with half a million. So, but the thing is that we already had all our
The
shit.
cars, you could sell it and get the money, right?
Yeah, but you always make way less. But the thing is that new shit was coming out and you couldn't afford it because they took all your money away. And then I played on my really old account that I didn't know the password for, and I got signed out and I couldn't get it back. And then I made a new account and then I had to grind from the beginning. And it was all I did. By that time, my friends didn't play anymore. I was just by myself. And all I did was I think they came out with the transport or
It's
something.
like the stealing, right?
Yeah, and I
The
just did that
warehouse.
constantly. And I just made like I don't know, like $20,000 per car.
Yeah, that one
Every
gets
10
pretty. That
minutes.
one gets pretty boring.
It's
They have
but-
a lot of stuff now though.
Yeah, but I don't know. They're all like
It's the same concept.
they're all grindy. Like
Yeah.
you barely make any money, and then as you're playing, you end up spending a lot of money. So you're really making way less.
Yeah, you know what's crazy? For me, just being so every day like you pay utilities.
Yeah,
I think like I own so many properties and the businesses.
freaking nerd.
I'm losing about like 100K every day.
God damn.
Yeah.
And then when the heist came out, I couldn't even do them because I'll host them, and then people won't press start until I gave them like 80% of my money, and I'm like, no, bro, I get 50, you get 25, you get 25, you get 25
Yeah.
or something, or I get like 40.
Yeah,
Um,
I think it would be like 40 and then 20, 20,
But
20.
people play and they'll just die, and then the whole thing had to restart.
Yeah, that's the annoying thing. I only play with my friends.
Yeah, I didn't have friends.
And even sometimes like you play with your friends and they're trolling and I'm
Yeah.
just like so annoyed.
I played with my friends when it came out, but then after that, all they did is play Call of Duty. And then my friends now, GTA is kind of old, so they don't want to play it. And all we play is shooters. But I'm hoping that when GTA 6 comes out, we all hop on it because now I have like a bunch of friends to play online. When Red Dead came out, like 4 of us hopped on it, but it was so boring. There was nothing to do. Like Red Dead Redemption Online, that it was just kind of a waste of time. But it is what it is.
I don't know. So like I'm a big car guy, right? So like GTA 5, they have a lot of cars,
Mhm.
and some of them you could customize. There's this one car, you could upgrade it and then you can mod everything about it. It's a Sultan, and if you bring it to
Ooh,
Benny's,
yeah,
you pay like
I
$1
love that.
million to upgrade it, right?
yeah.
And then from that you could like customize like everything.
You know how lonely I was? All I did with GTA was make money to be able to customize cars.
Same man.
So then I'll make, because the thing is that I didn't like hack or anything. So
Yeah.
I'll make money, customize the Benny's car, have it for a while, and then sell it because I want to customize another car.
Bro, I have I think 6 of those, the Sultans.
I don't have 6 Sultans. I have had at most one of each car, but they're like, the cars are very expensive, and it's like $1 million just to have the ability to mod it.
Yeah, upgrade it.
And then I'm just
to
like, that's
be-
that's so much money, man.
It is.
I
It is
hated that.
expensive.
I hated that.
I'm pretty rich in the game, so I'm chilling.
Well, the one thing I wanted to do once I get a PC is just go into a single player and then I don't know, have mods where I could modify the DLC cars without being online. Cause I think you could do anything in the
Single player.
yeah
you
single
could.
player.
They
and
won't
then
ban you for
yeah,
that.
exactly. So I just want to mod the cars and drive them around and see how they are. Cause there's a shit ton of cars I never even tested just cause you can't get
They've
it.
been adding a lot of stuff now though. Like they back then you know what the F1 cars are?
Yeah,
So back
there's
then,
F1 cars now.
yep, there's F1 cars now.
Are they faster than everything else?
Not faster. They are fast, but their traction is like
Shit.
no, it's amazing.
Oh, cause they
You
aren't like F1 cars super fast, like way faster than like any, like Formula One cars are way faster than any like sports cars.
that I'm not sure.
You ever seen the videos where it'll show like a track and it'll show like I don't know like
I
those.
think I think F1 cars are the fastest actually, but
But you never seen those videos where it shows like a regular race car with like the NASCARs and they go.
I don't want to say fastest though because
I'm about to show you this, bro. This
because
is
you know there's
crazy.
like Formula cars like they you know they're going straight and they turn also, but then the thing is that you have like the drag cars are the fastest cars because they're literally just going in a straight line.
But that's like a rocket with wheels, though. That's different.
So that's why I don't
you
want to
don't-
say that it's the fastest. Like in maybe in like a race where it's like there's turns and stuff, they would be
Yeah.
the fastest because they handle amazing.
I
too.
mean, isn't like the fastest car in the world just like a rocket with like tiny wheels that they put
Yeah.
on a freaking like
big wheels in the,
the
back
desert.
and then usually tiny wheels in the front.
F1 cars. I'm gonna show you F1 cars. If I'm probably not gonna put on the thing. So if y'all want to look it up, just search up F1 cars versus NASCAR, and then it's like a little video. Where's the video, man? Is this one? So NASCAR's on the left, and then you see the regular cars on the right. You see how fast they are, bro? Look at that. They just zoom by. Look how slow this one is. You see the difference? And it's the same.
Track.
Yeah, it's GT cars versus F1 cars.
Well, GT is like Grand Touring.
Mm-hmm.
So but that's
Those
the
are
thing.
stock cars, right?
Huh?
Those are stock cars.
What do you mean stock cars?
Like, in order to become oh shit.
Well, usually, so for like cars that you can buy, right? Like I don't think a F1 car on the street is illegal, because there's a lot of things that they don't have.
Yeah.
But like a GT car is Grand Touring, and usually those are like
It has to be
they are like spec'd out for like performance as well as comfort.
Basically, the GT car has to be available to the public.
I think they are allowed. They are available.
So they have
because
to-
you could buy them like
Yeah, but the reason they have like they're super rare is because they want to be in the race, but they technically have to be able to sell them to the public. So they only make like 500 because that's the minimum amount, and then that's why they're super rare.
I'm not too sure about that.
feel
But
like-
they make like you see like Mustang GTs, like they got like Mercedes like a GT. There's like a lot of GT cars. I think it's just stands for Grand Touring.
I don't know. I feel like they have to be street legal cars. Cause like if not, then they just freaking have all like super crazy cars with they'll be F1 cars basically.
On the streets?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but you see the thing that like an F1 car, they don't have turn signals.
Yeah, because they're not street legal cars. They
Yeah,
don't have
they-
turn signals. They don't have like the what don't they have? Like they
Pretty
don't have bumpers or
they don't have a windshield, which I don't know if that's legal. I don't think it's legal to have no windshield. Well, some of them do have like a windshield, but it's more like a visor than a windshield, you know.
What
So
else?
I don't think that's legal. I don't even know if they have side mirrors, to be honest. F1 car,
I wonder if they might have little cameras, right?
I don't know.
I feel like there might be a delay on the camera. I don't know shit about cars. I feel like I heard that like GT cars have to be like street legal cars that are out in the market, and then you could take that car and modify it.
I mean,
a little
even,
bit.
but even with like even if it's not a GT car, like if
Mm-hmm.
you have the right people, like they can. So that's the beauty of cars.
But you
like,
can't actually change it that much though.
You can. Some people, what they'll do is they'll take a front half of
Mm-hmm.
a car and another car, and they'll put it into one.
But there's what I'm saying is that there's some stuff that's illegal, in the sense that
Oh yeah,
because
there's plenty that's illegal on the street, but you know, some
no
people
no
still
no
have
no
it.
it's things that are illegal during the race. Like you're not allowed to put this mod on this car. You're not allowed.
Oh,
to
really?
Yeah yeah.
Oh, that I don't know.
Because I feel like you ever seen, I don't know, I just not, I don't have enough information about this to freaking hold my statement up. Because I seen like videos where people talk about like the histories of these race cars and how this was legal and this car was winning all the time, then they outlawed it. And
So I don't know much about like NASCAR and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like when the type of competitive driving I watch is more like drag racing or like drifting.
Is there any rules in drag racing? Just go fastest.
There are like I don't know if there's like limitations like that, but I know like people, what they'll do is like certain cars, like some cars are more popular than others. Like a really popular drag car is the Nissan GTR. like a lot of people have GTRs for drag racing.
Yeah. How about Tesla? Would a Tesla be good at drag
Yeah.
racing? Just because it doesn't have a lot
There's actually, I'm sorry to cut you off, but
Those you
there,
good.
there's a YouTube channel where this guy, he stripped his Tesla and he turned it into a race car, and it's crazy because like you have all these like people with their muscle cars and they get so mad when they lose.
Because they don't have to rev and shit. Like they just go from 1 to 100.
Yep, because it's the motor. So the direct energy is straight from the wheel versus the engine. You know, it's like you have the combustion transferring to like all the other parts, like so many moving parts.
What's that car? There's like a weird European car, like Kürsinger or something like that.
Koenigsegg?
Yeah, that. Isn't that car super fast because it has electric motors in each wheel and then it has the regular motor?
Oh, I know a lot of cars have that now too. It's kind of like a hybrid, but like.
But the reason they put the electric motors in the car and the wheels is just to
like extra boost.
Have that quick launch.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Remember when electric cars were ugly as fuck before Tesla?
Yeah, before Tesla. Honestly, it's because it was the only ugly car was the Prius, man.
They also had like a weird stereotype. Like you know a Prius driver when you see it. Like I don't know, like they had like a Starbucks cup, a freaking man bun or something. Like, you know what I mean? Like, oh, you drive a Prius. And they're like, oh, because it's economical. I'm like, nah, bro, it's because you can't afford a regular car.
Now they're pretty expensive now too. Yeah, like a decked out Prius I think it's like 50-60K. Like the top trim. That's pretty expensive for a car. Cause like,
I guess so.
So
you got a Mustang for that price.
A Mustang you could get for 20,000.
Old Mustang.
Yeah.
Get the new Mustang.
Well,
Mustang.
yeah, back then, like I would say a cheaper car, like a lot of cheap cars, they started at like 20,000.
Man, all we do is talk about video games, cars. Let's talk about guns now.
I don't know anything about guns.
Me neither. Yeah.
Yo, could you imagine though if guns were illegal in New York? Like people with New York attitudes.
With guns?
Yeah.
I mean, people that want guns probably have guns in New York City.
Do you know anybody with a gun in New York City?
Yeah.
One of my family friends has guns, but it's legal.
No, I don't.
The guns that he has are illegal.
I haven't been to a party where there has been a shootout.
Yeah.
I've been to, like, I know friends that were like, yeah, I got a gun pointed at me at a party. And I'm like, okay.
At a party?
Yeah,
what
like.
kind of parties are they going
Mexicans
to?
be crazy, son. You don't know Mexicans.
Shit, bro.
And then I remember like shootouts when I was a kid, like around where I lived.
Yeah.
All you hear is like pop, pop, and people running. So people have guns.
Oh, definitely.
People have guns. I don't know anybody that has guns that I'm close to. I probably could point, like, from my past, I could probably pick somebody out, but I don't know for sure.
Have you shot a gun before?
Yeah. Not in New York City, like in California and stuff.
Scary, right? What, were you scared to
I
shoot
shot
it?
like a freaking little gun, like I don't know, not a little gun, like the ones you hunt rabbits with. Like it doesn't have like a high caliber.
Okay.
So it just kind of feels like a BB gun.
Damn. So
And
it's
the
like
bullet-
barely any recoil?
There's no recoil,
Bro.
and it's a rifle.
I went to shoot guns in freaking Pennsylvania
Yeah.
once, and like we shot like a heavier pistol, right? And it shot like bigger bullets, like a higher caliber. And bro, I shot that shit, and the fucking like, there's recoil, but like I don't know, it's like there's like a force that comes out when you fire the bullet. I guess from the explosion, and like that force alone, it scared the shit out of me, man.
I heard pistols are the scariest to shoot
Really?
because all the recoil was
How
with
about
your
shotgun?
hands. Well, a shotgun, unless it's like a shot, like a sawed-off shotgun
Yeah.
where you have to hold it in your hand, they all have like
The arm pad, right?
Yeah.
The little shoulder pad.
and like the stock and stuff. So that absorbs all the shock. Like if you have like an assault rifle, it absorbs all the shock and it's built to like
Yeah.
to
You don't
prevent
feel it as
recoil.
much, yeah.
But a pistol is just like pop, pop,
Yeah,
pop.
that shit was crazy. Like I shot it with one hand and like my whole hand jerked up, and it was I can't even imagine like a Desert Eagle.
Ooh. Do you feel like we are getting desensitized onto violence because of video games and movies?
For me personally, no,
Huh?
because you know, even as a young kid, I played a lot of games where I was driving, like you know GTA, you could cross red lights and shit,
Okay.
right? No consequence, and you know you kill people in the game. But like remember I was telling you before, like the first time I shot the gun and I felt like the backfire and the recoil, like it scared the shit out of me.
Okay. So maybe not desensitized. How about insensitive? let's say people that play a lot of Call of Duty and war games,
Yeah.
they fantasize and romanticize war, and then realize that people are actually losing their lives and people are like, being affected with PTSD and stuff during war, or like they, like let's say there's always that Russian evil guy in the video games. Now they freaking stereotype Russians now, like kids. What do you think about that? I mean, I agree with you. I think it does, but if you're a kid, you shouldn't be playing like Call of Duty and GTA and stuff. That's why they have like the.
I think it could have an effect on you, but even when I was like under 13 or like under 18, I was still playing these games. And all right, so there's this one here's the worst thing that happened. There's this one summer where I just kept playing GTA 5, and then I was driving in real life and I skipped the stop sign and I was like, fuck. And
Right.
I guess it was because I was playing too much GTA, with the driving. But like I realized that I skipped the stop sign and I was like, shit.
Do you consider yourself somebody that's mentally strong?
Yes, I think I am.
So how would you feel if? What do you think about a person that's not mentally strong being influenced by video games? You think that's possible?
I would have no idea because
you're saying that. My question is, can people be influenced by video games?
I'm saying probably. I would say there's definitely a possibility, but like I myself, I am just not able to fathom that because, like I don't know how other people think, but just being
yourself,
like I'm like that would never happen.
Man. I feel like
there's some crazy people out there, man.
Yeah, I feel like if you're prone to, like if you're prone to psychotic behavior, you're gonna do it regardless of what medium you watch, what things you play or whatever. Like when there's like a school shooter and then people are like, oh, he used to listen to rock music and he used to play Call of Duty all day. That's dictating what he does. I mean, he's eventually gonna find something that's gonna push him towards that way. It's not necessarily the reason he's doing it.
Yeah.
Like I think what's the first school shooting that happened in Columbine? Like during the Columbine thing, they blamed it on Marilyn Manson.
Yeah.
And Marilyn Manson was like, it's just that those kids were gonna do it anyways. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, I think for stuff like that, it's deeper than video games or like music, because I'll use like the Joker for example, right? Like that movie. I thought it was a great film because it kind of put you in perspective of
somebody with mental health issues.
And like, could you ever imagine that? Like, when I finished that film, I asked myself, I was like, damn, I wonder what would drive me to like want to ever kill somebody. And honestly, the only thing I could think of, like off the top of my head, is if somebody like killed my mother, or like
kill them back.
Yeah, I would probably kill them back.
There's a difference between killing for revenge and killing for, like out of nowhere.
For game, right? Or like
like let's say like Jeffrey Dahmer, who used to freaking kidnap people and just kill them and like slaughter them in their house and stuff, and have like a fridge full of heads. That's different from like the guy who like lost his brother, and then wanted to get revenge.
One is out of like just complete rage or like emotion.
And that one's psychotic, bro. Yeah, that's exactly. Crazy.
So like me, I feel like I'm pretty sane, right?
Yeah, but can you get pushed to be an insane?
Because even when I was younger, when I was a hot-headed kid, right? Like even when I got into fist fights, it would be hard for me to punch somebody in the face like with full force because I didn't want to hurt them. Like I wanted to get a point across and like to I guess to show that I'm more alpha or whatever it was, right? But like I've never wanted to inflict damage like that, where like I wanted to break their face or something, Like I never felt that type of rage.
But so you saying you don't think you become like a serial killer or something?
No.
I disagree with you. I feel like anybody could become crazy or like a serial killer, not because we're evil or anything. Yeah. I feel like it's mostly because we don't understand how our brains work.
Yeah.
So, for example, CTE. You know what CTE is, right?
No.
So I don't know the whole word. CTE is like a freaking difficult ass. It's like cerebral or something. Uh-huh. It's like this disease that you get from getting constantly hit in the head. So you see a lot in boxers. You see a lot in football players, and you're not allowed. You can't diagnose it until they're dead. Mm-hmm. So the way you diagnose it is you analyze the brain, right? So the only way to analyze it is to cut him open and see the brain. But a lot of people suspect that a lot of NFL guys who committed like very violent crimes, the reason they did it is because of CTE.
Like Aaron Hernandez.
Yeah, exactly. So I wrote an essay about this like 2 years ago, before the documentary came out, and then when it came out, I was like, exactly. So the thing is that you hear all these stories about these football players that are like super kind, super nice, but then eventually they do something crazy, right? One of the symptoms, or one of the symptoms of CTE is that like bursts of anger, emotional, like lack of memory, a bunch of things, like they're super violent. And you could kind of see it in a lot of athletes that get hit in the head a lot. Like OJ was a football player, so he might have CTE when he committed those crimes. So when they started out, they were not necessarily evil, right? Like, what if you are in a car accident, hit your head really hard, and now you're a different person?
Damn, that's just scary. I don't know.
Exactly. So you gotta be careful. You gotta protect your dome. It's like a computer basically. Like if you damage the computer, it's not gonna run the same.
Yeah.
So you know who Chris Benoit is?
The wrestler. He murdered his like girlfriend or something, right?
I think he was
And he killed himself.
another person that people suspect that he had CTE.
That's a scary thing, you know, because it's like there's so many things that we don't know. Like before, we were talking about cancer as well.
Yeah.
And you know, there's just not enough research done.
Yeah, but what I was trying to say is that any little thing could just change who you are, just because of an accident, or you played football your whole life and you got constantly hit in the head.
Right.
And
But but hypothetically, like if, you know, like where I'm at right now, and let's say like I have no damages, you know, there's nothing affecting my thought process.
But there's some things you can't control. You get in the car accident, you hit your head really hard.
Yeah.
You go crazy.
All right, let's say like there was none of that though, right?
Like, I shouldn't say
think
crazy. That's
the-
kind of offensive.
the hardest thing for me would be like if I get really angry and I lose control of my emotions.
Yeah.
But even at that point, I don't think it would make me want to kill somebody.
But you could make an argument that you're not yourself after the accident. You get what I'm saying?
I don't
Like, you
know.
change-
Because
like-
it's like rooted pretty deep into me where like, you know, like for me, it's morally wrong to ever take somebody else's life away.
I mean, but what I'm trying to say is that if you change that much, your morals change as well.
I don't know. I really don't know. Like if
Because
honest,
I'm pretty sure like OJ didn't want to kill anybody on like at the beginning of his life, or when he was sane, and now he's just a little too gone. You know what I'm saying? Like you go hear it in his voice. He talks really slow and quiet because he's probably like having problems with his speech and his memory. I feel like that's another reason they get angry. It's weird.
I don't know. I can't think of that because like, you know, I feel like that's one of those things where you have to go through it to even like understand anything close to it, and maybe at that point it's like you're already too far gone.
You gotta protect your dome, man. You gotta protect your dome.
But yeah, I think I'm perfectly sane. Like I wouldn't.
Here's the thing though about that. Like if because I study psychology, right?
Yeah.
Like you could basically, you could like the DSM-5 is like it's like a dictionary of all the mental disorders or mental illnesses that are possible for someone to get. And it could be you could like it has everything. That's the thing. Like everybody has a mental illness.
Yeah.
But at a point like one or some are like, I don't know how to explain it. Like you can make anything a mental illness. For example, you wash your hands too much. That's a mental illness. You play too much video games. That's a mental illness. You eat too much. That's a mental illness. Like it's so oversaturated that like you could literally analyze a healthy human being and find a freaking mental illness in them. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just so. I think that's a big issue people have with the DSM, which is like the dictionary for psychology.
I don't know, man. I think the craziest thing about me is I have OCD where like I like things organized a certain way.
You consider that mental illness?
I mean, I could, but it's like, I think when you say mental illness though, it's like it's more
like
negative. But like, you know, like
okay, mental disorder, mental
but it's just like
anomaly. I don't know. That's the thing. Like it has a.
So sometimes I don't like these labels because I feel like they can be used as excuses sometimes too.
No, I agree with you. Like it has a negative connotation, mental illness.
Uh-huh.
Like for example, like some people they're extremely successful, have like they have like a mental illness in the sense that they are addicted to working hard, or they're
Yeah.
obsessed with becoming number one, or they're like super narcissistic.
Yeah,
But is it a mental illness if it helped you, if
Yeah.
if you benefit from it?
exactly.
Or let's say you're addicted to working out. Being addicted or obsessed with something positive, is that a mental illness? Technically, it is because your brain's wired weird, but it's not
Yeah,
because it's positive.
there's more positive than negative, and at that point, I feel like you can use that to your advantage rather than it being a disadvantage. Usually, like when I hear like an illness or like something like that, it's like my mind automatically goes to like, all right,
Bad.
this is putting me 10 steps back.
Hmm. Or some other things like, I think if somebody's like a dwarfism,
Yeah.
do you consider that a mental, like not a mental illness? Like, do you consider that disease? Like, it's just the same thing as being, I guess, a redhead. Like, it's just a genetic difference we have.
I mean, I think like dwarfism, like definitely you're gonna have disadvantages because, you know, you got some mean ass people out there that is just gonna shit on you and put you down.
But you're gonna get shit on, put you
Yeah,
down for anything,
regardless,
just
exactly.
based on your skin color. That's not a freaking bad thing to be different.
Yeah, it's not. But you know, that's the thing though too, because like, so you know, me growing up, I feel like I've dealt with a good amount of hardship, which is why I am where I am today.
Mhm.
You know, like just with my mental stability, like what it takes to break me down.
I'm gonna break you down.
You think so?
Yeah,
I don't know about that,
I'm gonna
unless you
break
torture
down
me.
after this podcast.
So
let's say we do this podcast for a man long.
yeah,
I'm gonna break it down, man. I'm gonna dig into your brain.
I've already done it.
I don't know. I don't know.
I've
I'm
already
messing with
dug
you.
into my own brain to the point where it's like, you could say stuff to me. It's nothing that I don't already know about myself or that I haven't already accepted. You know.
You're very confident,
I feel like I am. I know my pros. I know my cons. You know.
but you're so young though. How can you be that confident about something? Like, cause the thing is that you're super confident who you are and how
Yeah.
and who you're able to be.
Uh-huh.
But how can you know unless you're like you have a lot of life experience.
I wouldn't
But-
say a lot, but you know, I've been through some shit.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is like I feel like I don't know what I'm trying to say, man.
I don't know.
I'm
You know.
just- I'm
You know
try-
what I think it is.
Yeah.
So, usually with my daily interactions, there's always a time where like if something happened in my life, or like you know just even the simplest altercations between me and other people.
Mhm.
At one point in my life, I will go back to it and fully examine it, right? Like, you know, like with all the people I've talked to, I feel like I have, my perspective is pretty, you know, like broad, right? So like I like to think of possible outcomes. Like I like to weigh out all the different possibilities, right? That I know. So I feel like because I'm able to really sit back and think about what happened or my experiences, I'm able to really like think about what I could have done better
I wonder
or what, you know, like,
if this the reason you're able to like analyze your whole life and think about everything you have done
mhm.
is because you have a lot of free time. Like let's say you were working like as much as your parents are.
Maybe.
Like
Actually, that's actually a really great point because, so, you know, like if you guys don't know, how I make most of my income is from reselling,
yeah.
like sneakers, clothing. So I don't work as many hours as the average person.
Yeah.
So Victor is right. I do have a lot of free time. I
Which
feel like
which is a good thing though.
Yes.
Which is I feel like that's
Because
something everybody should have.
mental health, you know,
Mhm.
because I'm able to live the life that I want to and still pay my bills. I think it keeps me very sane because I don't stress about shit. You know, like there's a lot of things that I think about.
You have a good balance.
Yeah, like I don't, you know, like even if some crazy shit happens at work, I'm like, I'm here for like what, maybe 20 hours a week.
Mhm.
So
You
I
don't-
could put up with it, you know, like this is not something that's going to bother me. Like I don't let a lot of things bother me.
Cause
you know,
the reason I'm saying that is because
that's a really good point actually.
yeah, because I feel like I'm super nice, I'm super caring,
Yeah.
I'm super organized. I do everything I have to do when life is easy.
Mhm.
Like when there's no school, when all I do is work.
Yeah.
But I noticed that I started like breaking down a little bit more emotionally,
Yeah.
or get stressed out more when I'm doing work and doing school and taking care of a bunch of things and doing this.
Uh-huh.
Like for example, when I was like this year is not too bad. Like my hardest years of college and my hardest years of working was maybe like a year or two ago, and those are the years that I was stressing out more. And I was getting into more arguments with my brothers and my girlfriend and stuff.
Yeah.
And I feel like at that point, I felt like overwhelmed, I guess, right?
Yep.
Right now I feel good. I'm able to handle everything.
Yep.
But let's say you get a job that's super stressful, right?
Yep.
Let's say you're a CEO of a company. You work
Mhm.
28 like you work like I don't know, like 70, 80 hours a week.
Yep.
All you do is deal with stressful situations, deal with a bunch of people, you have a lot of people like relying on you and stuff, and then you
Yeah.
go home
And now you got more problems.
and then you got more problems, right?
More
and then
issues.
and now you overreact or
You're-
you're so emotional and stuff.
Yeah,
and
your
you can't
plate is
think
full.
you can't think things through. I think there's like a weird a statistic or something that or like a study that shows that your
Mhm.
IQ drops when you're stressed out. So like if you're able to think clearly and think things through
Yeah.
when you're calm and relaxed and collected, like your thoughts are collected.
You're very
You're-
logical.
Yeah, but if you're stressed out, man, you're running on like 4 hours of sleep. You just came out of like a 10-hour day,
Mhm.
and you get home, and then one thing ticks you off, you're gonna explode.
Yeah.
And then you're not gonna think things through. You're just gonna go.
But you see, even us talking about it like this, I
Mhm.
think that is something big for me. Like, if I am in a bad mood, I try not to let it affect other
Mhm.
people around me. Like, I'll just keep it. And this is actually why, like, I'm so open about everything.
Yeah.
It's because I feel like when I talk to, like people that I can trust, like when I tell them about my problems and then they give me their perspective or like they give me their opinions about it. And now I have my own opinion. I have their opinion, right?
Mhm.
So it's like, the more people I talk to, like I get more and more insight on things that I can do. So like that's when like I can really take a step back and
Yeah.
instead
is
of like
good.
instead of like, just carrying all that weight on my own shoulders.
But now imagine the same situation, like working like let's say working 10 hours a day,
Yeah.
6 times a week, and then dealing with like kids and that wife and
Yeah,
stuff,
definitely.
and not doing it for 30 years. Like that shit breaks you down.
It does.
And then that's how you end up with like I don't know, like alcoholism and shit, or people that are depressed, people that
It's tough though, cause like I'm very fortunate to have found what I like to be able to do this, right?
Mhm.
I got on it pretty early, so it's like
What, the reselling?
yeah, it's made me a good amount of money, and I've been able to keep afloat.
But for how long?
Like how long I've been doing this,
How long is it gonna last?
I don't know. I feel like it's already.
What's your plan, man?
I'm just kind of going with it.
Let's say the reselling just kind of
Yeah.
drops.
Yeah.
Like people are not buying that much. People moved on from it.
So even for me, like if I don't do that, I'm gonna go like two options, right? What I would do is I would either go into real estate, which I already talked to you about.
Mhm.
I'm planning to get my license, and then so I like work where I get rewarded for the amount of effort I put in. Like I do not like salary jobs or like hourly wage jobs where it's like it doesn't matter how hard you work or how how hard you work or how hard you don't work.
Yeah.
And you're still getting paid, right? So I like to be rewarded for my.
I agree with you.
So there's two things I would do.
Mhm.
I'm gonna get my real estate license and I'll go full time in that, or I'll start going to like trade school to get my licenses for being a mechanic. Cause like
You should become an engineer.
an engineer, I don't know. I don't think I could do that. I
Why
wanted
not?
to do that, early on in college, but then I look at the course requirements and I was like, this is not happening.
Should become a mechanic for airplanes.
From airplanes, I don't know, man.
That'd be kind of tight.
That would be tight, but like that's cool, man. Like it's too much.
Build some spaceships, man. Join the military. Join the Air Force.
I don't have that discipline to go through school. Like I
Like you used to.
just don't like it.
I don't think I'll go to school again. I don't know what I'm gonna do after I graduate, but fuck it, man.
Not
Fuck
going back to school, right?
I don't know, man. Because the thing is that
We have the internet, bro. Like you can learn
Yeah.
anything on the internet.
yeah, I agree with that, but I don't know. I feel like I didn't get much out of college, which is my fault because I guess I didn't take advantage of it.
Yeah, same.
But I'm not the type of person to,
But like I feel like school prepares you for corporate America, right?
Yeah, exactly. I feel like I don't fit that world.
Yeah, I don't feel like I belong there too.
Exactly. Which is one big reason I like talking to you because
Yeah.
I feel like we agree on a lot of things.
Yeah.
Like I don't like the idea of working in an office. I don't like the idea of having a 9 to 5 job. I don't like the idea of like salary. Like
Yeah.
I want to be able, like, even if I make less money, I want to be able to control my own future. Like that's why I want to be a business owner or work in a job.
So
where
that's
I
the
control.
beauty of being in America, because now being in America, you can make money without a degree, and if you think about it, like us as humans, right, as a species, especially in a city, what do we need to survive? Like realistically, you need food and shelter, right? So
How much is food?
yeah,
Food,
so
food in New York City is pretty expensive.
that's what it comes down to, bottom line. And you know what's sad, man? Like some people will go through years of school to make like 50K a year. There's like there's like
Like nurses or something.
nurses make good money in New York. They
But let's
make
say
good
you're not in
money.
New York.
Yeah, like out of New York they make like
But then
maybe even less than
nurses-
50K.
Nurses is not gonna make 6 figures though.
Nurses can make 6 figures. If you're a registered nurse in New York, you
Do
can
you?
make 6 figures.
God
Yes.
damn. Is it like right away, like starting, or is it after
Uh,
after like your tenure or
It's
something?
gonna be hard for starting, but
Because a teacher can
I
make
would say it is possible.
a teacher can make 6 figures,
Yeah.
but starting you're probably gonna make 30 grand, 40 grand a year.
You see, that's the thing that blows my mind, right? Because in a year of me reselling, I make more than 30K, and like, of course,
I
not
shouldn't
every
say this, bro. I don't know if you're paying taxes.
whatever, man, whatever. But like, there's nothing that I'm doing that's illegal, all right? Like, there's a paper trail for everything I'm doing. So if you work with the IRS, if you work with I don't know,
He's putting heroin in each shoe.
I don't.
You gotta check each shoe. There's
You can check
pills
the
in there.
shoes, but it's a market that's it's a free market.
That's why
and
he sells $1,000 shoes, because it's freaking announced. There's an announcement there.
But yeah, it's like
Check the soles.
it's just crazy because it's like, of course, there has to be a passion in
But-
it. Like,
But here's the thing, though. The reason a lot of people don't do what you're doing
Yeah.
is because people like stability. Even if it makes them less money, people like
that's
stability.
that's the thing though. That's
and
why
security.
Yeah, business is not for everybody. And I'm saying, like, you asked me about, like, this has to do with like mental strength too.
Mm-hmm.
Like that is the thing where, like, I don't know, 1 month I could be making 10 grand, the next month I could be making like 2 grand, right? So it's like that. It's like very bumpy.
Mm-hmm.
Like during January I'll be making almost no money.
Would you be reselling if you had kids? Let's say you had 2 kids right now. Cause you,
So that's the plan, right? So I want more stability because I want to raise a family.
Mm-hmm.
And if I'm gonna have kids, I can't be doing this. Well, I could be doing it, but like right now I'm making enough money to keep myself afloat and live like a very enjoyable life. But I want to make even more money so that I can have a family and worry less about money. So that's why I'm trying to bring it to the next
make
level.
a lot of money with a little bit of work. Nah,
so
I'm just kidding.
so can I ask you something? Let's
Sure,
say
go for it.
let's say we become successful business people, right? Like
Yeah.
we become successful entrepreneurs. The thing for me that I ask myself is, am I going to be a rich person where I enjoy my own life with my own friends and family?
I want to be that. 'Cause
Or
money ain't the thing though.
yeah,
Because I want to have financial freedom in the
Yes.
sense that I'm able to do what I want and not worry about money. I don't want to be like the CEO of a company where I'm working like 16 hours a day.
same.
Like I'm making money, but I'm busy all the time. I can't see my kids and
Yeah.
shit. Like that's too much. Fuck that. I'd rather be
All
broke.
right, I was gonna ask this though, right?
Yeah,
Like,
go for it.
or are you gonna be that rich person that's like, you want to be a good person where like you help other people with that are not as fortunate as you.
Yeah.
You want to solve the world problems, stuff like that.
Well, here's the thing though. I feel like everybody before they become rich, they want to be that person. They want
Yeah.
to help their friends. They want to help their family.
Yeah.
They want to help
Yeah,
everybody.
of course,
right?
it's sequential because of course, like first you got to take care of yourself,
Yeah.
and then your family, and then your friends, right?
Yeah.
So
but then I feel like once people get money, they change. I feel like people do change when they get money.
I think so too.
Which I feel like
Even-
because we're older and if we do become successful, it's gonna be we already have our values intact, so we might be alright. But I feel like when people become successful, they change and the people around them change and they just start treating you differently. Like I was listening to this podcast with Gabriel Iglesias
yeah,
and Joey Diaz,
Yeah.
and Gabriel Iglesias was talking about how he doesn't talk to his brother anymore
because of money.
because of money, because his it he was talking about how he didn't go to his mom's funeral and stuff because he was trying to work and he's trying to do this, and his brother didn't like that, and it was just, and then he was tired of like friends and family asking him for money and stuff, and so he just kind of cut a bunch of people off. But then he's reflecting on his past, and he was like, I sacrificed a lot of things to become a successful comedian
person. Yep.
And he's like, it was worth it because comedy is my life. But at the same time, you know, I didn't go to my mom's funeral. I didn't say goodbye to her. I wasn't there when she passed away.
That's gonna be with him. That's gonna be with him forever, you know.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't like. He said that he doesn't regret anything, but I don't think I could like not talk to my brothers or not talk to my family because of money.
So that's the thing. Like, I think as long as you live with no regrets, then that's good for you. Because I feel like once you
no regrets.
Yeah.
You know
like,
that from.
Yeah, the tattoo. So that's the thing. Like, I'm very happy with how my life turned out. You know, like I don't regret anything.
You talk like if you lived the full life. Like you're 80 right now. You're like I don't regret.
I feel like mentally I am an older person, but like just because like, you know, what I was telling you before, like I do self-reflect on my life a lot. Like I don't like to complain, you know, like I like to take things as it is. I hate finding excuses. Like I feel like so many people like, and before what you were saying about like these labels, like some people are going to tell themselves that they can't do it because of this or that, right? But if you just do it, you know, like, hey, look, if you're not going to believe in yourself, I will never believe in you. The person next to you will never believe in you. You know, like you got to convince yourself that you can do something before you actually do it. You know, it's like, it's one thing to say something, but it's another thing to do it.
I feel like I'm in therapy.
Nah, but it like, even, I'm telling you, man, because like, so like my whole reselling thing, like
Hold up.
my,
Oh, I froze.
like my, should I just keep going?
No.
Like,
Because it froze.
Uh-huh. The audio will keep going, but the video won't, right?
The video stopped during a good time because we're like mid-sentence. I mean, we're done with the sentence because sometimes it cuts off and we're mid-sentence. Is weird. We go end it soon if you have to go.
Yeah. I just want to say this one last thing.
Yeah.
I'm getting deep right now, you know?
Yeah, this is a freaking therapy session. I'm not even kidding, bro. This is like being able to talk.
It's like it touches your soul, dude. All right. So before the thing cut me off,
go for it.
You know, it's like my parents, when I was reselling, I wasn't telling them how much money I was making.
Good.
So they didn't really understand what was going on, right? But like they've never liked the idea of it, right? Like this is probably once I started going to college, which, you know, I'm 18 years old and I'm making money selling kicks and shit, right? And like they constantly were like against it. You know, they're telling me to like go find a job and shit, right? For stability, which I understand. You know, at the time I didn't understand, but now I understand, because like if you have kids, you want them to be good, right? When you pass, like you don't want them just like, you don't want to have that worry when you die, like, oh, are my children going to be okay without me? So like ultimately I didn't listen to my parents, right? So like I just kept doing what I was doing because I knew I was making money. So even though they were telling me no, like a lot of, and these are like the people closest to me, right? Like they've even threatened to like, they've threatened to like stop supporting me, which I was fine with.
I mean,
like they started charging me rent and shit, and
yeah.
that was cool with me. And you know, like I never got upset at them for it, but like it came down to me doing me, like, and I think something that really helped me was that my role models, right? Like
J. Cole.
I mean, J. Cole, yeah, he does have an amazing story, but like it was honestly a lot of YouTubers, because it's like now when you have people doubting you, right, you start doubting yourself. But you have to find people out there, you have to look up to people out there, your role models. There's people out there that come from nothing and they turn that nothing into something, right?
Yeah.
Like, and ultimately hard work pays off, all right? If you work hard, if you're chasing something, I don't know how long it's going to take, but if you believe in it, it can happen.
You just got to keep working for it.
Exactly.
Consistency.
Like every biography, autobiography I read about, like, you know, these big CEOs, the bottom line is that the hard work is going to pay off. Like you see a lot of these YouTubers,
Hopefully.
right? Their hard work pays off.
The biggest thing I'm scared about is like, you know, like let's say life is a bunch of roads, right?
Yeah.
And you work hard and follow this road.
Yeah.
But you end up choosing the wrong road. I feel like that's the biggest thing I'm scared of. Like, for example, let's say
You're never gonna know, and that's why you gotta just
Life's
live
a
with
risk.
you gotta just live with no regrets.
Life's
And
a-
you see, that's the mentality it takes to become a business person because you're not guaranteed a plate at the end of the day. You know, some days you're gonna be hungry, some days you're gonna be eating, and that you gotta understand that that's the path that it takes. You know, like that's the thing. Like a lot of these people that make it big, they don't tell you their come up story. Like they don't talk about this because a lot of it is not fun to hear. Like a lot of this is just pure hardship, right?
Yeah.
Like it's a grind. Like who the hell wants to hear about that?
I like seeing like the before or after people are
Yeah.
successful.
Same.
You're gonna see that, aren't you, motherfuckers?
Hopefully.
You're gonna watch this podcast, and then you're gonna watch podcasts like a couple years from now, and we're gonna be talking in Lamborghinis next to each other. I'm just kidding. Honestly, like, I feel like if we become successful, we're not gonna like. Hopefully, we don't let it get to our heads.
Yeah.
Like we build instead of building like instead of wasting our money on luxuries, we're gonna waste our money on businesses. That's what I hope for. Because I feel like, because one thing your parents told you is to get like a good stable job.
Yeah.
Which I think is good advice because I feel like what happens with a lot of people when they get like a good amount of money out of nowhere is that
They blow it.
they blow it. Like rappers, it's like
But
they
you know
blow
what?
up. The rappers blow up. They buy cars. They go parties. They go to clubs, but they're not like investing the money in the future because that money is not always gonna be flowing, right?
Yeah, that's what it is though. And also this is something that's kind of hit me too
Mm-hmm.
with the reselling. Like you have to, you know, it's like this. I feel like the smartest thing you can do once you start making money is you make the money work for you, which means like monthly you start in putting your money into investments where monthly you get money back. So like honestly the best thing would be like real estate, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which is like, let's say you buy a house and you know this
flip it.
house, not even flip it, because if you flip it, that's just a one-time payment.
You rent it out.
Yeah, you constantly rent it out. Let's say you have like 3 houses, you spend $3 million on them, right? On all 3 of them, and monthly you're getting back
Like $2K per apartment. Let's say you have 2 apartments.
yeah.
That's $4K per place.
So you see now every month, of course you initially spent that money, but that's okay because now monthly you're getting, you know, $4K a month, and then it's exponential. And after a time when those properties pay themselves off, now you can either live in it or you can constantly rent them out and you keep making money.
Imagine how the people felt when like their shitty Brooklyn apartment or house they bought blew up and got gentrified, and now their freaking $250,000 house is now worth like $5 million, and they sell it. It's just
You
crazy.
never know, man.
Or they sell that plot of land, and then the person who buys it builds like a freaking like those short skyscrapers with like 40 apartments in them,
Yeah.
and then each apartment is like 2K, 3K for like a freaking studio.
Yep.
They're making bank, bro. That's
Boy.
crazy.
Real estate is a crazy market, you know.
Real estate is scary though.
It's a rich person's game, but
That's the thing. You have to make money too. You
have to
be
have money.
Yeah, you have to have money to make money.
yep. But that's why, like, you know, like, so that's the thing for me. Like, since I was making good money, right, and I didn't have the knowledge at the time, so I was just kind of spending it, you know, buying nice clothes, eating what I wanted to eat. You know, I
Yeah,
just kind of
scratch
throw
my
my money
face.
around, but it.
But
You
you
live
learn
and you
with it.
learn. Yeah.
You gotta like
Everybody
you
learns
gotta hit that
differently.
phase where you want to spend all your money. You know what's funny? When I had like more money, I spent less, but now that I have less money, I'm just like, fuck it, bro. I got no money anyways. So thank you for joining us on our weekly therapy session.
Weekly therapy session.
Yeah, bro, this is good for our mental health.
For sure.
You want to say anything to end it?
It's been real.
It's been real, y'all. We love you. Like, subscribe, comment, hit that bell icon. We got more content coming out, hopefully, in the future. I think this was a short podcast, right? I think it's gonna be
think
like
so.
50 minutes. See you
Fine.
guys.
Still long enough.